What's up, you guys? So today we're going to be doing a tour review on one of the worst Hammond collection figures in the entire line to date. And that is the Hammond collection Triceratops. I had this figure for months, never gone around to reviewing it, and honestly, I am pretty impressed that I didn't slander this thing sooner. Like, honestly, this thing is just terrible. And when I say terrible, I mean really, really terrible. Like, honestly, this is one of the most lackluster Hammond collection figures, like, ever. This thing is, like, it's just terrible. Like, for one, the head doesn't look that nice. There's no jaw articulation. And overall, the articulation is just bad. It's just odd, and it's just terrible. It's downright terrible. It's like, one of the biggest things that Mattel screwed up was the Hammond collection Triceratops. Which I don't know how Mattel could have possibly screwed this up. They've done the Parasaurolophus in the past, and the Parasaur's head was smaller than this thing. So, yeah, I'm honestly confused as to why Mattel decided to design this thing. I kind of hope eventually they do a little rerun, so that way it can be slightly better. But let's just take a look at it. So, as we already established, it's not that great. The frill on it just looks odd. It just generally isn't. It's a very terrible figure. Like, honestly, $5 would be like the best price for this thing. But no, Mattel decided that they should sell this thing for like $20 at a time. Like, it just is like... The only reason I'd want this thing is to, like, complete my collection for the Hammond collection. Like, that's honestly the only other reason I have this thing now, so that way my collection would be considered complete. Although my collection still isn't considered complete as of recording this video and of uploading it. But anyways, so... yeah, this figure is not the best, and is certainly the worst. I mean, it's just terrible in every way. So, yeah. Let's just take a look at this figure. So the beak just looks terrible. The horns on it are just, like, are also very terrible. I mean, yes, I wanted to give off a little nice effect by painting it not that well, but I mean, come on, man. The osteoderms on this animal just look off, and honestly, they just feel like that they shouldn't be there. I mean, generally, the Triceratops is like one of the worst animals in the Mattel line. There are some that can be decent. Like, honestly, this is the most decent one, yet it's the worst Hammond collection figure. So, yeah, the Triceratops is not... honestly, it's the worst in the entire line. But, yeah. It's just not a good figure. By any means. Anyways, enough about me slandering this thing. We need to take a look at their articulation before I slander this thing to death. So the head is on a ball joint, although it's not the best. It's kind of limited because, well, the neck is so short on it, and the frill. The legs can move... well, they can't move 360 because they also have very terrible pivoting. Which is just... I don't know. I can't describe it. The elbows can move and rotate 360. The feet can move and rotate 360. The legs can move and rotate. Well, the legs can barely move on it at all, actually. The legs can also pivot terribly. Knees can move and rotate 360. The feet can move and rotate 360. There's one ball joint at the base of the tail and another ball joint midway in the tail. Now, even though this tail is probably made from the same material, there is no wire in the tail, so yeah. Overall, this figure is terrible and I would not recommend it for any price other than under $5. If you can find one other than $5, get it, because that's how much it would be worth. And if you find it for any more than that, yeah, you're probably getting ripped off, because this thing is just terrible. And honestly, no wonder why I didn't choose to review this thing sooner. But anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.